Norman Reedus, welcome to the IMDb show.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Normally at the top of the show, I ask everybody what's your show about, but you're in the show called The Walking Dead, and unless you live on Mars, you know what this thing is about. But for those people that live in other galaxies, how would you describe the show?
The show really, it's about what would you fight for? Who would you stick up for? You pick your battles.
You know I don't enjoy sacrificing my own people. You know that, right?
I didn't really read zombies into it when I read it. I read this guy who lost his family and he was fighting to find his family back. It's a complex study on people and relationships under the worst of circumstances, you know?
You know, there's nothing out there for you. For anyone.
What was something you created for Daryl in your head when you were building that character that audiences would be surprised to find out?
You know, I came on episode 3 of the first season, and that original cast had been together for a year, and they were bonded. I walk up, I say these lines, I do this stuff, and I turn around, and all these people are just staring at me, like, who's this kid? Like, what's he gonna do? And I immediately got a chip on my shoulder.
What do you know about it, old man? You take that stupid hat and go back to on Golden Pond.
And everything kind of came out of the side of my face, and I didn't look people in the face, and I was like super self-conscious, and when I got up in your face like I wanted to fight, that became the character. He assumed everybody hated him.
The guy's a piece of shit.
At the end of the last mid-season finale, we met this whole new breed of enemy. Explain to the world what we're about to go into with this brand new season.
The new baddies, like Samantha Morton plays the leader of this group called the Whisperers. Just when we started getting things together and started building these camps and these groups, and they're starting to trade and we're starting to build civilization back, like a virus, they've figured out how to adapt and move within the virus.
I guess I want to find my place.
I know that when the news came that Andrew Lincoln was going to be leaving the show, fans immediately jumped to, they're going to kill Rick. His departure right now from the show, how does that affect the character of Daryl Dixon? And then on the flip side, how does Andrew Lincoln's departure affect the person Norman Reedus?
I immediately called everybody and I was like, look, I don't want Andy's speeches. I don't want Rick Grimes. Daryl's not the type of character that's gonna build a soapbox and say, gather around, let me give you an inspirational speech. He's gonna be like, I trust you, I don't really trust you, I don't care what happens. You know, he's gonna pick his people. I was like, don't give me those. Like, whatever you do, don't give me those, because I'm not that guy, and it would be a disservice to the fans of the show and what we've done so far to make me put on his boots.
He doesn't believe in anything except himself.
Andy would have lunch in my trailer every day, you know? And the day after he left, I'm sitting in my trailer by myself like, like what now?
You know, Daryl's not happy.
When Andrew left, I was just curious, what was that farewell party like?
We didn't really have a farewell party. His last scene that he shot, he's laying in bed with the hospital gown on, and he has to kind of talk to himself and giggle. I'm crouched under the camera and I'm tickling his feet.
No.
Yeah. And he's like, you know, keep doing it, it's great. He stands up afterwards, everyone gives him a round of applause. Everyone knows he's gonna give one of his Andy Lincoln's fantastic speeches, which he's really good at. And he gets up and, you know, all these people pull out their cell phones and they start like videotaping. He goes, hey, guys, can we put the cell phones away? He goes, this is ours, let's keep it ours.
I'm sure others did influence you, but I'd like to take full credit.
I've got to mention your other show, which I love, Ride with Norman Reedus, where basically you and a buddy take your bikes out on the road. What an awesome show.
Yeah, I'm the guy that rides like 40 miles with his blinker on.
I actually pulled out one episode that relates to The Walking Dead. It was your episode with the Grammy Award winner Dave Chappelle.
You know, you're so good, I didn't even realize you were here.
I remember at the very end of that episode, he actually goes and performs like a stand-up at like this club, and you're sitting there with a beer in hand watching it, and he goes and says, feel bad for this guy.
Every day he goes to work, when they give him the script, he doesn't know if Daryl's gonna live or die.
He has a gift, and he's super smart. We have all this real talk, like, and I think, you know, if you're a comedian, like, people expect you to be funny on.
No, it was a different side to Dave Chappelle.
And it was nice to see that other side.
I'm fine with being liked. Yeah.
Well, Norman, we got you captive here. You're stuck, so I'm going to push this a little bit further with a game of Walking Dead What If. Right? I need your first answer that comes to mind and why.
Okay.
What if you could play any other character on the show? Who would it be?
Michonne. I like that she has a backstory that brought her to just quit and just be a fighter, and she just stood up and she walked in with 2 zombies on chains, and she's like, Just totally badass.
What an entrance.
It was a great entrance, yeah.
Don't believe you.
What if Daryl had to pick another weapon other than a crossbow? What would he pick?
Oh, dude, like a flamethrower. Yeah, that would be fun to play with.
I respect that.
What if the zombies suddenly disappeared? What would Daryl do with his life?
Oh man, maybe travel and just try to see who's left out there.
You think he'll ever find love?
He's like a flamingo or a penguin. I think if he's gonna find it, he's gonna stick with it. There's a lot of nookie going on our show, and I'm not in any of it.
You are really not in any of it. It's a bit of a shame.
Come on, people, what the hell?
I did kind of convince everybody that I was kind of a virgin and kind of a loner early on in the seasons, and I think they kind of ran with it for a while.
Too serious.
I feel like Daryl doesn't really have like game.
Oh, enjoy your snake jerky.
And if we were gonna do a love scene, I'd want it to be just super awkward.
What does Norman Reedus rock with at home on TV?
A lot of Saturday Night Live.
A lot of SNL, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's kind of my favorite.
We are two wild and crazy guys.
You know, I like the older episodes the best. I really love the new cast too, but I grew up watching like John Belushi and
Yeah,
Dan
of course.
Aykroyd and Gilda Radner.
Mr. Feder, you sound like a real attractive guy.
Anything new coming out that you're like
Yeah,
psyched for?
Ozark.
You're the wife of the top money launderer for the second largest drug cartel in Mexico. Go.
I like the hillbilly couple. That relationship was so good, and I'm a huge Bateman fan, so I was just glued to the television.
What I'm saying is, I don't know what happens next.
Is there a movie coming out that you can't?
I can't wait to see what Walk does in The Joker. I'm excited about that. I've known him for a long time, and he's just super talented. But I think a role where he can just really twist it and mess with you is like his dream role. I think he's gonna just kill it.
I'm okay with it, but now you're making me feel weird about it.
Norman Reedus, thank you very much for stopping by the show. You can catch new episodes of The Walking Dead every Sunday night on AMC at 9/8 Central. There's more good stuff waiting for all of you at imdb.com/show where you can rate the show, add it to your watch list, and watch all of our previous episodes. And before you go, here's a quick look at all the latest previews. It's this week's trailer.
You're the only person I know that knows anything about this Cape Crusader stuff.
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
Can you buy some booze for my friends and I?
Not interested.
Please? Hell.
Ooh, there's my girl.
This never happened.
I have my AA meeting tonight.
Again.
Well, I mean, you don't really graduate from alcoholism.
So I'm supposed to watch Game of Thrones on my own, like a pervert.
Use your body words. Where? Enough of the games. Say it. Just say it!